All right, so we're going to go over the 15 new games from this weekend. This is I guess the A team is the best way to describe it. And again, we kind of know what we're looking for now. We're trying to hope for trends in the turnover rate to improve. As we went over last week, we were seeing turnover rates in excess of the 20% that we're kind of looking for. And, hopefully we can come up with a remedy for this. In the meanwhile, we also are going to continue to track the shot selection and other offensive metrics for this team. So let's take a look at this past weekend, and then we're going to go through the season long and things like that. Just to review, we have two games, one against Marksman where we won by 6, and the other where you lost, freaking heartbreaker, to I guess CSF. Let's first take a look at the first game against Marksman where you did win. And here's the good news, and then there's the issue. So the good news is the effective field goal percentage is extremely strong. I mean, again, we're looking for 50% from you guys, and you did 55.6%, which is excellent. I mean, literally excellent. And the offensive rebound percentage is 38%, which is above what we want. But again, the turnover rate is really, really bad. It's 29.5%. And I didn't watch this whole game live. I only watched the last, say, 8 minutes. And from what I saw, it seemed as though you guys were losing by 30 because you kept turning the ball over, whatever. I didn't realize you guys were up a lot. You were just kind of limping to the finish line. But this turnover rate is really, really bad. I really do encourage you to look through the clips at the actual nature of the turnovers and see if it's scheme related or skill related or both. You could set this up to provide all these clips, and maybe I'll do that at the end of this video. But this is a number that really needs to be dealt with. Okay, let's look at the shot chart from this game. See, this is kind of the good news. So once again, people want to fight with me on this, but you see a game where we have 55% effective field goal percentage, and the reason for that is you take very few shots in this poor range. Of the 45 shots that you took, only 2, 3, 4 were bad twos, and these kind of like bad floaters, you were over. You took 6 of these. So even with these bad shots here, you still had enough of these good ones at the rim and from 3 to make it all work. Okay. So that's why your effective field goal percentage was pretty good, is that, again, only, less than 10% was from bad twos. And if you want to look at it from another view, I mean, this is what you want, about 10% from here at the most. So this is why your field goal percentage was good, and why you were very efficient, and why you won. Let's take a look at the box score and see. And see who stood out here. So we see Justin, 2 for 5 from 3, pretty good. Overall, pretty good. Ben is my hero. I mean, like, this is the kind of player we need on this team. If just from an effective field goal percentage perspective, you see he doesn't take threes. He gets it all the way to the rack, and he was 9 for 12 for 23 points. All right, and 4 for 5 from the line. From an offensive perspective, the guy's a freaking legend, really. The issue with him is these 5 turnovers, and so this is I think a skill thing, the dribbling off the foot or whatever you think it is. And then you have Cole, who was pretty good from the field, but he had 4 turnovers. Frankie with a terrible, terrible game. I mean, he was 1 for 8 and 1 for 5 from 3. He did have 3 steals, but 3 turnovers. Again, this is, you guys had this game where you won, but when I was looking at it, it looked kind of ugly. But, you were good enough from the field, mostly because of Ben, honestly. But Cole was good enough. Justin was good enough. Even Sean was pretty good in this game as well. You have Spinoso, only 4 points, 3 turnovers, 2 assists. So kind of a typical game for you guys, but you did a much better job with your field goal percentage and your shot selection to make up for the turnovers. But imagine if you could eliminate the turnovers, then you're really going to be in business. In this game, you could have won by 20. As a matter of fact, you want to let's do this just for fun. What did we have here? Let's go to the video. What did we have in this game as far as raw numbers? You had, where are the turnovers? We had 21 turnovers. You want to see all of them? Yeah, you know what? Let's take a look. We only have 2 games, so let's do that. I haven't looked at them yet, so let's take a look. We got to look at all 21 turnovers. Offense, turnovers from this team. All right, let's do it. Let's take a look. And I can make a clips of these, but let's just take a look at all these. Okay. All right, let's start from the beginning. Okay. First, there's this one. Just dribbled right into all these people. Let's try to characterize it. That's just a terrible pass. Just terrible dribbling. Let's see Ben. Just got pickpocketed. Terrible pass. Pass. And just got pickpocketed. And with the travel. Reminder, this is a game you won. Spins killing me. Yeah, so I was just wanting to see what they all looked like, and they were just a little of everything. Some bad passes, some bad dribbling. I'll also say that it didn't look like you were in your scheme when these turnovers occurred. So maybe you could stress that a little bit. In any case, again, you won, but at least shine some light on these turnovers, hopefully. Let's take a look at the CSF game, which you guys lost. That was that heartbreaker at the end. That was just totally absurd, but nonetheless. Against CSF, first of all, effective field goal percentage only 46.5%. Turnover rate was a little bit better, actually, only 16.5. But in this case, it was the effective field goal percentage wasn't quite good enough. Let's take a look and see this shot chart. And see where this comes from. So we had 6 shots, bad 2s, perfectly reasonable. So I do actually like the distribution of shots. Just didn't make them. I mean, you know what I mean? Like we can go and see who took these 3s. That could be a problem. Like if it's anybody except for Frankie and Justin, you probably don't want them taking them. So let's just see where these 13 came from. Let's look at the box score. see, yeah, well, Frankie was 0 for 5. I mean, what are you going to do, really? I mean, like, he's going to be better than 0 for 5. And without getting into exactly how those threes were taken, contested versus uncontested, I'm not going to say for him not to take threes. I mean, he's one of the only two that can make a shot on this team. It's just him and Justin. So Ben 0 for 2. I don't think that he should ever be taking a 3. And Spinoza, I don't think he should be ever taking a 3 either. So those 3 shots were bad, I guess. As far as the turnovers, they weren't quite as bad, actually, even though you guys lost. I actually prefer the ratios. Well, not the ratios. I mean, I prefer this game with respect to turnovers, obviously. You just couldn't make anything this game, which was a little frustrating. But let's take a look at the turnovers this game. No, we don't need to do that. Okay, let's take a look again at now for the whole season. And we will take a look again at first the shot chart for the whole season. See what it looks like. Overall, pretty good. Only 46 out of 558 shots were bad twos. I'm really satisfied with the distribution. The percentage made is not good, 28% from 3. So we need to figure out who's taking these things, and make sure that the right people that are taking these threes are taking them. So this is where we go into the stats. For the whole season, remember, you got to be able to shoot 33% from 3 to take these shots. You just have to. And let's just take a look. Let's see. So you have, with anybody kind of a sample size, Justin is up to 30%. Not bad. It's getting there. You know what I mean? He's creeping. He's improving, and he's getting to that critical point. And Frankie is stuck kind of at 27%. I kind of would like him to shoot more for some reason. Anyway, Sean 4 for 17, no good. Spin shouldn't really be taking them at all. So, and the Salem ones, I mean, Cole, I haven't really seen him shoot enough to figure out if this is a bad shot or not. So Ryan has no business taking the 3. That has no hope of ever going in. And as far as the ability to make 2s as well, I mean, you have Cole, who's very efficient getting to the rim. You have Sean, who's pretty good at the rim. Randolph, pretty good at the rim. Ben, very good at the rim. Spins, but no one's able to get both from this team, both 50% from 2 and 33% from 3. That's very tough to do, but usually get 1 or 2. And I do have hopes for Frankie to be able to do that, but it's just a little out of control right now. But overall, again, through the season, same story. I think the shot selection is good enough. I think they do have to improve their skills, and they need to know who could make these shots and who can't. I think they need to, with the exception of, Frankie, really, and Justin. I don't know who should be really taking these threes. I mean, if you do take them, they better be wide open, And Randolph, I really haven't seen enough of him. He's 50, he's 33% for 3, but he hasn't really played a lot. I don't really know what he can do. But obviously the turnovers are, the most important thing to clean up. And I think overall the effective field goal percentage is good enough if the turnover rate can get reduced. That'll do it.